So this video is designed for aging athletes. In particular, I'm thinking of field sports that involve running. So GAA, rugby and football. So what is an aging athlete? Say an aging athlete could be anybody from their prime in their late 20s who's beginning to think more about longevity to people who are still rocking it in their 50s and 60s. So I'm 42 and I do this sequence a few times a week and it helps me chase down those younger lads. So if you're looking for a short and effective yoga sequence that increases recovery and range of movement and dare I say even prevent injuries and increase performance, then let's get going. Right, so we're going to start standing and we're going to do a check-in first with our bodies. So it can be a really good way of measuring the effect a practice has on the body. So we'll do a check-in at the start now, and then we'll do a check-in again in a few minutes, and then at the end we'll do a final check-in. So standing in mountain pose. So have your chin in line with the floor, your spine and neck in alignment. And just, for me, it helps to bring my awareness inside when my eyes are closed. And then connecting with the breath. Seeing if it's possible to breathe gently through the nose. I'm just going to become curious about how or what sensations are present in the body now. So maybe around your facial muscles, your neck and shoulders. Maybe noticing any tightness or softness. Then along the spine and the back, the chest and the stomach. What about the hips? Is there any tightness or softness here? Down to the knees, the ankles and the toes. Just noticing what you notice in this moment without any need to change or do anything. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes if they're closed. So we're going to start with the neck, then we're going to move to the shoulders, the spine, and then we'll get into the hips and the legs. Okay? So we'll work it from the top down. So just gently, we're going to simply start with the chin coming towards one shoulder, then over to the other shoulder. We're just doing that a few times. And can you maintain that breath through the nose? Then we're going to raise the chin upwards and downwards. And then bringing one ear towards the shoulder, and then the other shoulder. And bringing the hands out, turning the palms towards the sky, and then turn them back behind us. We'll do that a few times. Then we'll turn one palm upwards and then the other palm. In a way it's like a neural floss or a shoulder floss. And then we're going to, kind of like a robot dance, we're going to bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. We're going to bring one hand down and then the other hand. So just trying to move through this sequence as gently as possible, so you don't have to force anything. Then we're going to do both hands. And then one hand will go up, the other will go down. And then to shake out the hands, the shoulders, release any tension that you might have caused. Right, now we're going to do some spinal rolls. So we're going to tuck our chin and we're going to roll down vertebra by vertebra, and we'll stop before the floor and then roll back up. Okay? So sometimes it's nice to actually raise your hands first, lower the hands, tuck your chin. Rolling back up. Chin coming up last. So what sometimes can happen, like your vertebrae will go in chunks. So a few vertebrae might go in one clunk. So we're trying to isolate each vertebra. It's hard, it's tricky enough to do. Generally, when you warm up the spine, it gets a bit easier. So we'll do 2 more. Stack the vertebra back up. Chin coming up last. Raise the arms, lower them, tuck your chin, vertebra by vertebra. Very good. Now we're going to do one more practice as part of this particular sequence. Then reach the hand up and over. So at the same time, push down through the foot into the floor. And then this hand's going to reach up and over, so we're creating length on this side of the body. We're going to come back up, and now this one might feel a bit funny at the start, but we're going to continue down. We're going to reach out towards the side there as far as possible, bending the knees slightly. Then we're going to bring the hand into the center and roll the spine up. Do that one more time. Reach out. Over. Then we'll do it on the other side. So push down to the leg, create that length. Back up. And then bending the knees and reaching out as far as you can. Stack your vertebra. One more time. And what can be nice now is just to check in again. So standing in mountain pose. Push down through the feet, chin in line with the floor. Maybe allowing your breath to slow down again. And then just checking in again with the facial muscles, so any tightness or softness. Checking in with the shoulders, the neck, the spine. Around the abdominal muscles, and then into the legs, from the hips, knees, ankles and toes. Just noticing any subtle differences. And then when you're ready, open your eyes, and we're going to come down onto our knees now. So, on our hands and knees, we're going to do it a cat-cow. We're going to focus a bit more on the spine. So with the exhale, we're going to round our spine like a cat that is kind of afraid or threatening, and then to a cow. So we'll turn to the side. So exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. So just gently allowing your spine to articulate one way and then the other way. And then what I find nice is to look back towards one ankle, so look over your shoulder, and then towards the other ankle. And you might get a nice side stretch. Now staying where you are, bring one leg out to the side, and then you're just going to rock back and forth a few times. You might notice a nice stretch on the groin. the inner thigh. Then we're going to add a cat-cow to this. The relationship between the pelvis, the spine and the legs. Then we'll do a cat or a cow on the way forward and exhale into a cat. And then coming up onto one knee, reach your hand over to gaze pose. Then lower the hand slowly and then reach over as far as you can. Bring your hand down towards the floor, turn your chest towards the floor. Inhale, open your heart. So do that 2 more times. Reach as far as you can. So this can provide a lovely stretch to all those muscles around your rib cage in between. Come back up gently. Bring the leg in, hand on the knee, and let's do a few bounces. So be intense enough, a little bit bouncier. Then bring your leg out in front. I'm going to turn here. The old knees aren't what they used to be. So we're going to bring the hands down beside the ankle. And then we're going to rock back and forth. We should be still on the same leg. You're going to sit back and like a hamstring floss, just rotate your foot from side to side. Now bringing the foot out in front again, we're going to shuffle to the side and bring the hands on the inside. So kind of like a lizard pose. And you can kind of rock gently, keep breathing. Now we can do a gentle twist. So this is my right foot. I'm going to bring my right hand onto my right knee and look up towards the sky. Now I was training last night and I don't know how this is going to feel in my body, but you can grab your foot. So that's a bit intense for me. So you can stay here or you can grab that foot. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that today. So just listen to your own body and don't push it too much. And then we're going to bring the foot back into a cat-cow again. And we'll do the other side. So the other leg goes out. Rock back and forth. So the great thing about yoga for athletes is just that tightness and tension that we're always creating. So between strength and power and the sort of the intensity of matches and training, and then just ironing that tightness and tension out of the body. So we're going to go into a cat and cow. Then a cow forward and a cat going backwards. Reach the arm up and over. And then lower the hand. Reach out and over. Lower the hand towards the floor. Turn the chest towards the floor. Inhale, open the heart upwards. Reach out again. And then one more time. Coming back up. Bring the foot to the side. And then just bouncing. Then out in front, I'm going to turn to the side. And then just rocking back and forth. sitting backwards. And floss the hamstring, so turn the foot from side to side. Shuffle the foot out to the side, come down to hands on the inside. Just gently move around here. Are you still breathing through the nose? So it's my left foot, my left hand, and I'm going to rotate to look upwards. See if I can grab my foot. A bit easier on this side. I'm going to kick into my hand and look upwards towards the sky. Definitely feel that intense in the quad. So if that's too much, you just stay here. And then we're going to come down onto the floor into a Sphinx pose. We're going to push the elbows into the floor. Then raising one foot and then the other foot. We're going to go in a little bit more now into the back. Waking up those muscles. You can do two of them. 2 legs. Not 2 backs. 2 legs. And then we're going to bring the hands beside the chest. Do a gentle push up, look towards the one ankle. Exhale back down. Push, look towards the other ankle. Now, we're just going to, this is a little, strengthens the back as well. So we're going to lift the knees off the ground, lift the chest. So when we lift the arms, the muscles are activated and we can come back down. So chest, legs, arms. And then one more time. So the muscles are activated before we lift our hands, and then we're going to reach forwards, cactus, hands behind. So forward, cactus, behind, forward, cactus, behind. So definitely feel a little tension created there. We're going to sit back into the child's pose and let the spine, the muscles along your spine, can they settle down and rest. So the end of your exhale can help you rest a little bit more. Now extend your hands out in front. So we're going to do a striking cobra. So coming down, you don't have to move the hand, so coming down low, kind of like a snake slithering forward and into a cobra, and then back to a child's pose. So your hands are reached out, you don't really have to move them. So just a gentle flow. And then sitting back into child's pose again. So your back might be, if you have a lot of tension in your back, if you're sitting all day as well, then your spine might be like this. So you can bring your kind of make 2 fists, put them beneath your forehead. Or if it's comfortable enough, you can just bring your head down onto the mat. And that definitely does help, but it's over time. If you bring awareness into the muscles along your spine, even if you're breathing, you may even feel these muscles expanding. And then falling back in with the exhale. And the end of the exhale can be really helpful to let that tightness go from the muscles. So just experiment now with the breath a few more times, maybe adding a half a second to the exhale. And then we'll finish with 2 more poses. So we'll do a twisted belly pose. So lying on your back. We're going to extend the arms out like the letter T. And then we're going to bring the knees down to one side and then turn to face the other side. So the legs, if it's like really tight, then you can push your legs or move your legs away from your arm, and that will probably make it easier. Or if you want a little bit more intensity, bring the knees back up towards your arm. And again, if you want, you can close your eyes to bring your attention inwards. So checking in with the space around the rib cage, the shoulder. And then exhale again, seeing if you can use the end of your exhale. So we're going from training where we're going fight, flight, we're kind of pushing after it, to a more restore mindset now. So from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's going to help with our recovery too. So changing sides, the knees going out the opposite way. Move the knees up or down accordingly. Turn the head if it's okay on your neck. And can you breathe in a way that naturally allows your body to rest a little bit more? And then we're going to finish with a Shavasana or a corpse pose. So I know some people might have the habit of just skipping this bit, but we want to do, at least try to stay if you have the time, for one last check-in. So get your shoulder blades comfortable onto the mat, palms facing upwards. Just becoming aware of the back body and the points of contact between the floor and your body. So the back of the legs, the back of the arms, and the back of your head. And then doing a final check-in. So just rotating your awareness around your body, noticing sensations that are present. So maybe noticing the legs. What sensations are there around your toes, your ankles, calves, knees, quads, glutes, hamstrings, hips? What about the stomach muscles, the chest? You may even notice your heart beating. So can you feel the rhythm of your heart in your chest? And then what about the pelvis and the spine going all the way up towards the back of the head? Maybe there's plenty of sensations available in the fingertips and the palms, wrists, elbows and shoulders. And then towards the Adam's apple, the neck, the throat, and the jaw. So the jaw is kind of interesting. We can kind of hold a lot of tightness in the jaw without really noticing. So noticing any tightness or even softness in your jaw. The cheeks, the ears, the nose, and then the space in between your eyes and behind your eyes. And then finally, expanding your awareness to include the entire body. So from the tips of your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. Knees, hips, hands, arms, chest, spine, facial muscles. So if you have the time or the desire, you can stay here for a while longer. Or if you're ready, you can roll onto your side, your right hand side, and then push through the top hand and sit with the legs crossed. So you're still here, so you have my respect, and hopefully you're feeling a bit more open, that your body is moving a little bit better. You've released some of that tension and you're restored, feeling restored, ready to go again for your next training. So hopefully I'll see you again. Keep it real.